Imagine a star, someone you've watched on screen for, what, 2 decades, captivating audiences.
Yeah, a household name, really.
Exactly. And now he's stepping behind the camera. Not just directing, I mean, building a whole studio, a whole new way of telling stories.
It feels like a genuine transformation, doesn't it?
Hmm.
A reinvention, and maybe even a vision for where cinema could go.
A big vision, yeah. We're talking at a potential shift, something that could really shake up the industry.
You're spot on. It feels like well, a really significant moment, an evolution for someone who's already achieved so much in front of the camera.
It feels like more than just, a career change. It seems strategic, like he wants to shape the narrative landscape itself.
And that's exactly what we're here to unpack today. We're diving deep into Ravi Mohan's huge announcement. That name, it's kind of reemerged recently, hasn't it? With this fresh purpose, this energy.
Definitely. So our mission today is to get past the headlines. We really want to unearth the significance of Ravi Mohan Studios launching his big move into directing.
And that first project he's taking on, An Ordinary Man, which sounds fascinating just from the title.
Right. We'll explore the personal connections holding it all together, and this ambitious plan he's laid out. It honestly looks like it could reshape Tamil cinema.
What I find really compelling is how this whole story goes beyond just celebrity news, It points to a bigger ambition, a commitment to storytelling that feels deeply personal for him, but also potentially far-reaching for the whole industry. It's not just about making films.
It feels like making a statement.
Exactly.
I totally agree. So, if you've ever felt inspired by someone taking a really courageous leap, or maybe if you just love the magic of storytelling,
Then you're probably in the right place.
yeah, you're in for a treat. We're going to discover why this moment feels like it's about more than just movies. It's about vision, it's about promises kept, and maybe the extraordinary power you find in the everyday. So let's dig in.
Okay, so to really get this new chapter, we probably need to rewind a bit to the start of 2025.
Right, the name change.
Exactly. Ravi Mohan deciding to use his birth name, moving away from Jayam Ravi. That wasn't just like updating his business card, was it? It felt symbolic. What do you think he was signaling there? To the industry, maybe even to himself?
That's such a key question, because for 20 years, he was Jayam Ravi. That name meant blockbusters, powerful roles. You think about Kamali.
Groundbreaking film.
Totally. Or Ponniyin Selvan, that huge epic. Kathalika Neramalai, such a beloved rom-com. These films really defined an era for a lot of us, showing his range.
For sure.
But switching back to Ravi Mohan, his birth name, it felt so deliberate, like a public declaration. It symbolized, I think, really aligning his personal identity with these huge new professional goals he clearly had.
Almost like shedding an old skin.
Yeah, stepping into a more maybe authentic version of himself, ready to lead this whole new thing.
Makes sense. And the symbolic shift kind of led up to the big reveal, didn't it? At the Chennai Trade Centre, August 26th, 2025.
And that wasn't just any press conference.
No way. It was packed. Star-studded, a real declaration of intent. The guest list alone.
Yeah.
I mean, a real who's who of Tamil cinema.
You had Sivakarthikeyan, Karthi, Shiva Rajkumar.
Jadilia Deshmukh, Radish Deshmukh. All these huge names. There wasn't just politeness, right? It was an endorsement. It says a lot when top artists turn up for something like this.
It says everything, doesn't it? It means they genuinely believe in his vision, his leadership. Having all these names supporting him as he launched Ravi Mohan Studios, it felt less like a business launch and more like a cultural moment.
A signal that something really big was starting.
A powerful endorsement from his peers, people at the absolute top of their game.
And the launch itself, it was layered. It wasn't just about the studio.
No, this was him stepping into the director's chair for the very first time.
After 2 decades captivating us as an actor, now he's embracing this totally new role. And he talks about nurturing fresh talent, delivering meaningful cinema.
Which sounds great, but that transition from being the face on screen to shaping the whole story behind it, there's got to be risk there, right? A huge artistic shift. What do you think is the biggest hurdle in that kind of move?
That's a good point about the risk.
Yeah.
Maybe managing expectations, his own, the audience's. You're suddenly responsible for the entire vision, not just your part.
Yeah, totally. And, for a lot of people at that event, the real highlight must have been that teaser for An Ordinary Man.
His directorial debut.
And starring Yogi Babu, just fantastic casting. And the teaser was launched by Dr. Shiva Rajkumar, the Canada cinema icon. That adds another layer of respect, doesn't it?
It does. And what grabbed people about that teaser, especially knowing it's his first time directing, I think it was the charm. the simplicity.
Tell us about it. Paint the picture.
Okay, picture this. Ravi Mohan and Yogi Babu just hanging out on a rooftop. Very casual.
Okay.
And it starts with this playful banter. Yogi Babu jokes that Ravi Mohan's basically been directing for 20 years anyway.
Huh. That's clever. A bit meta.
Totally meta. A nod to his acting, maybe guiding things through his performances all along. It just instantly breaks the ice.
Yeah, it feels really natural. But then the actual magic moment. Ravi Mohan tells Yogi Babu he's the lead.
And Yogi Babu's reaction, going from joking skepticism to just pure, like, wide-eyed excitement. It's brilliant. Sets up their dynamic instantly.
And then that fantastic sequence kicks in.
Oh, yeah, where Yogi Babu starts trying on all these personas. Like, boom, he's a boxer, then a gangster, then an astronaut.
Hilarious. Trying to spark Ravi Mohan's vision for the character.
It's almost like a commentary, isn't it, on how we usually think of movie heroes. Always looking for the spectacular, the larger than life.
But none of it clicks. None of those big roles work for Ravi Mohan. It's only when Yogi Babu, kind of frustrated, just puts on simple night clothes.
Becomes the most ordinary version of himself.
That's when Ravi Mohan's eyes light up. That moment. Just perfect. This is exactly the character I was looking for, he says.
It's such a simple, elegant reveal. But it gets right to the heart of what the film seems to be about.
So that moment, Yogi Babu embracing the ordinary, it perfectly sets up the whole idea behind the title, right? An ordinary man.
It's a very deliberate choice. And Ravi Mohan's question, what can be more extraordinary than the story of an ordinary man? That really sets the tone. It promises humor, heart, relatability.
It feels like shifting focus away from just spectacle towards, well, the substance of just being human, which feels quite timely.
Absolutely. And plot specifics are quiet for now, but we know it's a comedy entertainer aimed at families.
Which stays true to Yogi Babu's style, which everyone loves, but hopefully showcasing Ravi Mohan's directing skills too.
And it's the second film for the studio after Bro Code. Filming's apparently starting really soon, like September 2025.
Wow, that's quick. Shows real intent. They're not messing around.
And you know, this project, An Ordinary Man, it also shines a light on a promise kept.
Ah, right. The connection between Ravi Mohan and Yogi Babu isn't new.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It goes back to Kamali in 2019, that comedy drama they did together.
Which was a huge hit. Ran for over 100 days, didn't it? Their chemistry was undeniable.
Exactly. And that story, Yogi Babu told at the launch. It's really something.
About the promise.
Yeah. He shared this anecdote, how 6 years ago, Ravi Mohan promised they'd work together again. And Yogi Babu mentioned, people make promises, things get forgotten.
Especially in this industry, maybe.
Right. But Ravi Mohan remembered. And that led directly to An Ordinary Man. That speaks volumes about trust, about camaraderie.
That really does. Beyond contracts and box office numbers, there's a real sense of integrity there. It's a strong foundation for any creative work.
It truly is. And it also highlights Yogi Babu's own journey, his evolving star power. We know his comic timing is legendary, but he's been taking on more versatile roles too.
Like Gurkha and Mandela, lead role.
Precisely. So casting him here feels perfect for Ravi Mohan's vision. Grounded, relatable stories celebrating the everyday person. Yogi Babu just embodies that everyman so authentically.
He really does. Few can match that. He's the perfect choice for a film championing ordinary life.
So connecting this back to the studio, Ravi Mohan Studios, this isn't just like a vague idea. He laid out a serious plan.
Seriously ambitious. 10 films between 2025 and 2027.
Yeah. 1 this year, 3 in 2026, 4 in 2027, plus OTT projects. Producing that many films, especially for a new studio led by someone just starting to direct, what does that signal to you about their setup, their backing?
It signals massive confidence, not just in Ravi's vision, but in the team and the money behind it. They must have significant backing and a clear plan to become a major player fast.
And they're looking beyond just movies, which is smart today. Plans for 2 fiction and 2 non-fiction OTT projects in 26 and 27. They know digital is key, especially for reaching different audiences.
Definitely. And it's not only about his projects either. The studio is also backing independent films. They mentioned Karthi Squad.
Right, directed by Sekthavel Perumalsamy, starring Conor Ravi.
Right.
That shows they want to be a platform for wider talent, not just, a vanity project.
It establishes them differently.
Which leads to their core idea, honest storytelling. Ravi Mohan really stressed that, providing a platform for new filmmakers, new artists, telling profound, meaningful stories.
That phrase, honest storytelling, feels important right now in Tamil cinema, doesn't it? Like a potential countercurrent.
Absolutely. In an industry sometimes driven by formulas and star power, committing to meaningful stories and new voices that could genuinely shake things up, foster a new wave of films focused on narrative. It's more than just a nice slogan. It feels like a strategic cultural move.
That's a great point. And it's not just film. They're also launching 10 independent musical artists over the next 3 years.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Opening doors for new musicians, diversifying what the studio does. It's a really holistic view of nurturing talent.
Taking a broad approach to the arts.
And speaking of output, we should mention their first film, Bro Code,
Right, the inaugural production.
an action comedy directed by Karthi Yogi. And look at that cast. Ravi Mohan himself, S.J. Surya, Shraddha Srinath, Srigori Priya, Malavika Manois, and Arjuna Ashokan making his Tamil debut.
Stacked cast.
Totally. The teaser for that, launched by Janelia and Ritesh Deshmukh, already created a buzz. Blend of humor and emotion. It's set for release later in 2025.
So that one sets the bar high right away. Shows they can pull in top talent and deliver something potentially commercial alongside these more, perhaps, artistic ventures like An Ordinary Man.
A good mix. And that launch event really underlined Ravi Mohan's standing, didn't it? The support was immense.
Incredible. Sivakarthikeyan launching the Khaki Squad teaser, Karthi and Shiva Rajkumar just being there. Felt like genuine excitement for what he's doing.
It really did feel like a celebration. And personal, too. His mother, Varalakshmi Mohan, was there.
And his brother, the filmmaker Mohan Raja, that adds a layer, right? Highlighting the family's deep roots in Tamil cinema.
Yeah, that blend of professional ambition and personal history makes the whole story even richer.
It's always interesting seeing how public figures handle their personal lives during big career moves. We saw him there with singer Kanisha Francis amid some personal changes reported earlier.
True, but what seemed really striking was how the focus stayed completely on the professional side, on this huge new creative venture.
Yeah, he kept the narrative firmly on the work, on the studio, on the films. It shows real clarity of vision, I think.
Absolutely. Speaks volumes about his focus. And what's amazing is he's doing all this directing, producing, while his acting career is arguably at its peak.
He's juggling so much. His 2025 acting slate alone is packed. Genie, Ravi Babu, where he plays a politician.
Parasakti. Plus, he's attached to Fani Arup too, which is massive news.
And yet he's apparently been deeply involved in writing An Ordinary Man. This isn't just a side project.
No, it feels like a long-held dream finally happening. We found out he hinted at wanting to direct way back in September 2024 in a Hindustan Times interview. Even mentioned maybe doing a film with his son Arav someday.
Wow. So this move, this new path, it's been brewing for a while. It's deliberate, deep-rooted, a real passion project.
Which brings us back full circle, really, to why An Ordinary Man feels so right, so significant for his debut. That title alone, it just resonates universally.
It really does. Championing the unsung heroes, the everyday stories we often miss when we're looking for the big spectacle.
In a movie world, often chasing superheroes and massive narratives, choosing to focus on an ordinary person. It says a lot about his intention, crafting something grounded, relatable.
And Yogi Babu is the perfect person for that. His everyman quality, his genius comedy, it just fits. It feels refreshing, doesn't it? Like an invitation to find the extraordinary. Right here, in the familiar.
Absolutely. And the comedy, the family-friendly approach, it could be a real crowd pleaser, appealing across generations, finding that humor and heart in shared experiences. It's smart filmmaking, blending that commercial appeal with a more personal, maybe deeper message.
So wrapping up, what we've really seen today is Ravi Mohan making this incredibly powerful statement, not just as an actor anymore, but as a visionary filmmaker, a patron of the arts almost.
Yeah, launching an ambitious studio with a concrete plan, stepping into directing with a film that celebrates the beauty in the everyday.
It's this amazing blend, isn't it? Creative ambition, promises kept, and this genuine desire to enrich cinema with stories that feel honest and relatable, stories that connect.
It's definitely an exciting time to be watching Tamil cinema, seeing where this leads.
Absolutely. And as we wait for more news on An Ordinary Man, maybe its eventual release, it kind of leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, in a world that's always chasing the next big, extraordinary thing, what actually defines heroism? What gives meaning in our own, ordinary lives?
What incredible stories might be hidden just in plain sight?
Exactly. Just waiting for someone to notice, waiting to be told.